on blast.
DeMar DeRozan is making his return to Toronto on Friday. And DeMar DeRozan, greatest Raptor of all time. Rap should give him a standing O. Is he the greatest Raptor of all time, Webby?
He is, and he'll get a standing O.
Okay. I think that DeMar DeRozan, he deserves a standing ovation. It will be nice to see him get the standing ovation because he deserves it. He embraced the fans the entire time he was here. He over-delivered in terms of what the expectations were when the Raptors drafted him. He over-delivered in terms of when Brian Colangelo re-upped his contract after his rookie deal, when everyone thought Colangelo was crazy for giving him that 9.5, I think that's what it was, 9.5 a year that Colangelo gave him. He over-delivered on that, and he took the franchise from, Chris Bosh leaving and the team in a downturn, and he was a part, along with Kyle Lowry and Dwayne Casey. They were the cornerstones on turning the franchise around into being respectable again and to getting the franchise to the place that it is right now. So, yeah, DeMar DeRozan deserves nothing but a salute. And I know a lot of people think that I'm a DeMar DeRozan hater, but I will just say that Kawhi Leonard is definitely a much better player. So as much as I salute DeMar DeRozan and thank him and congratulate him for his time, I am super excited to see what Kawhi Leonard does for the rest of the season. And if Masai had to do it again, I'd be all aboard for it again.
Exactly.
But Webby, if people want to get your take. So Kawhi Leonard was asked about Toronto and how he's liking it so far, okay?
Right.
And here's a quote. He says, "It's great energy out there. The fans come out. They're very supportive. It's a great city. There's a lot to do. It's just been cold." I will say first, a lot of people just took that quote and ended it there and then ran with it in terms of like, oh my God, he said it's cold. And it's like, guys, it is cold.
Like, guys, walk outside.
Yeah, it is cold.
Jesus.
But also, the quote continues and he says, but the snow does look nice on days. But yeah, just need a jacket to go outside. I'm not used to wearing boots and everything, but as far as the whole city, team, coaching staff, organization, the fans, ... it's been great. Mr. Andrew Webster, if you're a Raptors fan, how should you feel about that quote from one Kawhi Leonard?
Extra, read all about it. Kawhi Leonard, not that familiar with boots?
Why would he? He's from San Diego, man. Why would he need to wear boots?
Something I'm not familiar with.
And I feel like Tim's in the summer is only a straight East Coast thing, right?
That's a good point.
New York, Philly, right?
Yeah. Tim's shorts and Tim's.
Did I ever tell you the story about my buddy carving me when we were in Cabo? And he's like, "Did you really bring Tim's to Cabo?
Did you bring Tim's to the beach?"
I didn't wear them on the beach, but like
these are my sand Tim's.
I didn't wear them on the beach. I didn't wear them by the pool. I wore them at night when we went to a club.
Honestly, just had a great idea. Timbo slides.
Hold on, you can't be giving away those ideas for free, Web.
I know. I really shouldn't. So okay. So what do I think that? How should Raptors fans react to that quote?
Yeah.
How they react to every quote that Kawhi Leonard is saying. Listen, there's nothing to read into these tea leaves, man. Like we know Kawhi Leonard. It's like he's not going to tell us if he's going to stay or if he's going to go yet.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point.
And there's so much of it is dependent on the playoffs.
Yeah, he's going to do what he's going to do. It's a long season. Hopefully a long postseason.
Yeah, and
get out there and kick some ass, and then you'll really figure out whether or not he wants to stay. It's not going to be because of the weather. It's not going to be because of what the fan all basketball players love their fans. He's not going to come out and say, "You know who's shitty? The Raptor fans." Of course not. They're great fans in every city in the NBA right now.
Also, too, we talked about it a couple pods ago, right? But there's a quote from, what's his name, Jeremy Castleberry, I think it was. But someone did the article. I think it might have been the Chris Mannix article from a couple weeks ago, where he said basically him and Kawhi, they have this thing where it's just they're going garage to garage, right? So, you're in your condo or wherever the hell they're staying. You go downstairs to the garage, into the car. You drive to the ACC, and you drive into that garage, and that's it. It doesn't really matter. You're not going for long walks along Lakeshore in the freezing cold, right?
Right.
It's not a thing.
Hopefully, maybe you hit up Sneaky D's for a little King's Crown or whatever. But honestly, but that's most of what NBA life is like.
Yeah.
Going from one condo or one house to the arena and going to practice. It's like,
And
it's really weird. Raptor fans think that Toronto is some of this like different or unique in good way or a bad way to the rest of the NBA. But it's every NBA city is the kind of the same thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. People are surprised about how lit the fans are, which is cool because it's just a lot better than people assume. But I mean, beyond that, not much has changed, right? I think when they made the trade, a lot of people still suspect he's going to end up with the Clippers, right? And we know all the rumors about Steve Ballmer being here when the Clippers were here. They've been sending scouts all season. I think most people would still assume, as they did at the start of the season, chances are he's going to go to the Clippers. But the one way the Raptors can really sell their team is have a really good season, enjoy the fact or kind of, play along with the fact that Kawhi didn't play that many games last year. So we've seen the load management and kind of let him do his thing. He's averaging career highs in points and rebounds this year. Obviously, he was voted in as a starter for the All-Star game, so he's had a good year. Raps are second in the East. And we know the best sales pitch is winning. So the further they make it in the playoffs, the better their sales pitch will be to him at the end, the better chance they have of keeping him. I don't think anything changes. I don't think any of the quotes coming out of the whole season are going to change any of that, right? Kawhi is just Kawhi. He's a different dude. I forget what podcast I was listening to, on the Ringer, but one of the hosts was telling the story how All-Star Weekend, Webby, it was, I think, All-Star Friday. He said, like, he woke up in the morning, it was like 9 a.m. or something, decided he wanted to go down to the gym and just get on the treadmill, right? Like get a sweat in before you start your day in the hotel lobby gym, right? So he's running, headphones on, and then all of a sudden he feels like a presence, but he doesn't look over to see like who's beside him. And then when he looks over, it's Kawhi. And he's just kind of like, what? Like this dude's really just like up in the morning running in like the hotel lobby gym, right? But hey,
that's fantastic.
That's Kawhi Leonard, right? I don't know. Anyways, as we've been saying, enjoy the run. Worry about when he's gonna sign, when that decision needs to be made.
Don't read too far into these quotes that Kawhi Leonard gives.
Yeah.
First of all, like the guy's not going to give you anything like that from an innocuous quote about the weather ASAP.
Last thing on the Raptors, though. Masai Ujiri was doing the tour of ESPN either today or yesterday, and he was on a bunch of different shows, right? But
doing the car wash.
Yes. The thing that I was most interested by was, ironically enough, he was on with Will Kane, who, if people know who that is, it's a deep dive and a whole other conversation for another day. But Will Kane, I found this pretty interesting. Will Kane was asking him about whether or not he was in on Anthony Davis talks. And Masai's first answer, he's kind of like, kind of not really, right? And like sheepishly answered while tap dancing because obviously he can't really say. So then Will Kane with the follow-up question, which I thought was really cool because he went on this whole like diatribe about, you already proved that you were all in by getting Kawhi Leonard. And so my take on your franchise was, obviously, if you were already all in with Kawhi Leonard, it only made sense that you would go continue that and be all in for Anthony Davis. He's like, am I onto something? Am I making sense here? Or am I full of it? Like, feel free to tell me I'm full of it. And Masai just like awkwardly pauses, has like, I won't say a smirk, but a very funny look on his face. And he's just kind of like, no, that makes sense. And I thought that was incredible, right? It was like, I did like a mini fist bump just to be like, yes, of course he was trying to get Anthony Davis. I like that,
why wouldn't
right?
On blast.